Having the right skills to be able to speak in detail about the past in English is a great advantage. The past perfect tense gives you the missing link that enables you to compare different times and actions in the past. It's fairly easy to create and it sounds very good if you can use it correctly. The formula for the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus past participle. It doesn't matter if the subject is singular or plural, the formula doesn't change. I had been, you had gone, she had met, he had played, it had rained, we had bought, they had studied. Let's take a detailed look at this structure. Subject means one of these words like I, you, we, or anything else like Mr. Brown or the class or something like that. Then you have the helping verb, which is had. We only use had as an auxiliary verb in past perfect tense. That's why I'm saying the structure is easy. And then you have to add the main verb in the past participle. Past participle is usually made by adding ed to the infinitive. But a few verbs have irregular past participles that need to be learned by heart. Let me tell you something. We must learn to correctly use contractions, not only in past perfect tense but also in all tenses, because it's gonna help you to sound much more natural as you speak. Auxiliary verbs are usually connected to the subject in a spoken English. So let's practice contractions in this tense. I had becomes I'd, you'd, she'd, he'd, it'd, we'd, they'd. Maybe now you ask yourself that, how can I understand that, for example, I'd is the contraction form of I would or I had? If we couldn't understand it by looking at the context of the sentence, we simply need to look at what follows apostrophe D. Would is followed by the bare infinitive. I mean infinitive without to. Would be, would go. However, had is followed by a past participle. Had been, had gone. For the negative sentences, just add not. I had not been there. You had not gone. Now, in negative sentences, the auxiliary verb usually contracts with not, so you'll hear I hadn't or you hadn't. But you will occasionally hear the contraction a little differently. I'd not been there or you'd not gone. And this is correct too, just it's used less frequently. To make questions, we invert the auxiliary verb had and the subject. Had you met him? And for WH questions, put the question word at the beginning. When had you met him? We use the past perfect to refer to something that happened more in the past than something else. For this reason, it's almost always used with another phrase in the simple past. For example, I had saved my document before the computer crashed. He was very tired because he hadn't slept well. It does not matter which event is mentioned first. The tense make it clear which one happened first. In these examples, event A is the event that happened first, and event B is the second or more recent event. The past perfect is used to make it clear that one event happened before another in the past. We often use the adverbs already, just, ever, or never with the past perfect, and they go between had and our main verb. We use already with the past perfect when an event happens earlier than expected. I called his office, but he'd already left. Just means a very short time before the specified time. I went to visit her when she'd just moved to Berlin. We use it to show that one event happened immediately before the other. Ever means at any time before the specified time. It was the most beautiful photo I'd ever seen. And finally, never means at no time before the specified time. I never met anyone from California before I met John. The past perfect simple is used to sequence events in the past to show which event happened first. Compare these two examples. The music started when the curtains opened. Past simple plus past simple. It means that the music started at the same time as the curtains opened. The music had already started when the curtains opened. Past perfect plus past simple. The music started and then the curtains opened. In conclusion, when you're describing past actions in the order they happened from first to last, use the simple past. If you're talking about the past but want to refer to something that happened at an earlier time, you need to use the past perfect. Now that we have covered all the important points, if you have found this video useful, subscribe for more lessons in the future. You can also check our previous grammatical points. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon.